Here are two selling examples from my personal experience and how it shows that why giving things away for free isn't always the easiest route. You're listening to A Little Debbie. It's a bite-sized version of the longer podcast, Upcycling with Deb. I'm your host, Deb Colameta. I wrote a #1 best-selling book called Best Offer, Best Life. And you can get in touch with me and find out more information about the classes I offer, webinars or debinars by going to my website, www.thedebsite.com. Selling online can be counterintuitive. I often talk in my book about how if you want to be mindful about giving your things away, that's awesome. And that's what I'm advocating here. But do it the easiest way. Sometimes free isn't always the easiest way. If it's free, people think it's trash. If you have an arrangement to meet with someone, you would think that they would honor that because they're getting a bargain or free item and they're not going to stand you up. But they also, on the other hand, don't have any skin in the game. They could potentially blow it off because, they don't have an agreement to actually buy something, but this can be such a pain in the neck. And this happened to me this month. I had a pair of shoes that I was giving away. My daughter had outgrown her dance shoes. And, they were purchased in the pandemic. She had a lot of Zoom dance classes. I don't let her use the tap dance shoes in the house anyway, because it scuffs up all the floors. These were very lightly used shoes. I probably should have just sold them. But in the interest of time, dance classes were starting up again. I just wanted to get into the right hands or on the right feet of the right little dancer. So I posted it online for free. And what a royal pain this was. I went back and forth with the potential picker-upper, not even buyer, about what time to get them. It was supposed to be picked up on a Monday, and she said, "Oh, we're at my vacation house. I won't be back until Tuesday." And then Tuesday was supposed to be rainy. And, all this I'm trying to negotiate and orchestrate while my daughter's away at school. And so she wouldn't see these and have like a change of heart because she'd already gotten a brand new pair that looks exactly identical, but just in the right size. I'm trying to work out the logistics around that. And then, of course, that next day she pushed it off. It had been raining, so I had to be mindful about putting it outside, pulling it in, putting it outside, pulling it back in as the clouds shifted around. And, I'm pretty busy. I was heading to my son's baseball game and trying to manage all that. It was just a big pain. And then she's like, "Yeah, my mother tried picking it up, but then she's not able to pick it up." And oh my gosh. And I don't remember ever even hearing a thank you for all this. So they got $35 like new shoes and were a royal pain in the. Anyway, on the other hand, I sold an item for $150 and the buyer couldn't have been more gracious. I was so happy to conduct business with her. And she was so polite that I wanted to go to all extremes to make the sale as convenient as possible for her, like I do with all my buyers or getters. And I actually had my parents meet her with this particular drum kit because she was driving kind of a long way to get to my house, and their house was the halfway point. So I went out of my way to try to make it easy for her. My parents were here visiting anyway, so I sent them home with the drums. She was so gracious and grateful. She paid me right away. She showed up exactly when she said she was going to show up. Think about that for a moment. I put more effort into giving away those tap shoes than I did for selling a drum for $150. Think about what kind of tap dance I had to do to get rid of the tap shoes. And tell me again why free cycling is always the easier route. It's not necessarily the easier route. Sometimes it actually is easier to sell your items for money. So why wouldn't you? Don't sell yourself short. Get it into the right hands and make a little bit of money while you're at it. Why not?